Welcome everyone to this video on corporate governance. So we will understand what corporate governance is all about. If you just watch this video slowly, steadily, and probably rewatch it again. The framework and the implementation in India is what we will be talking as far as corporate governance is concerned. So what is corporate governance? Corporate governance plays a pivotal role in strategic management, emphasizing compliance with the legal standards, with efficiency, with fairness, and overall transparency. So yes, corporate governance is all about being fair legally, with efficiencies, being transparent in the operations. Basically, you are keeping yourself absolutely relevant to any kind of scrutiny and ensuring that you are utilizing the best practices while doing your business, the standard practices while doing your businesses. The global discourse around corporate governance has surged since the early 1990s due to corporate failures, frauds, misconduct, underscoring its necessity for a robust economy. Remember, when the corporates are doing good, the economy will automatically do good. If the corporates are transparent, if corporates are keeping up with the true morals and true trust of the shareholders in a transparent manners, in being fair to and equitable to everyone and them, it is only going to accrue much more goodwill, much more revenue, much more profitability, and much more repeat businesses in due courses of time. So James T. Wolfenson, former president of the World Bank, encapsulates its importance, equating the governance of corporation to the governance of the countries per se, as fair as it is. I'll give you a Satyam Computer Service scandal 2009. One of the India's biggest corporate fraud that underscored the needs for stringent corporate governance. The company's chairman admitted to manipulating accounts by approximately whooping US 1.4 billion, 47 billion dollars. This incident led to a major overhaul in the corporate governance norms in India, highlighting the importance of transparency, highlighting the importance of accountability, and also the independent auditing is concerned. So that is what corporate governance would be looking into it. The Satyam scandal is often compared to the Enron scandal in United States, serving as a wake-up call for the corporate India and regulatory bodies like SEBI. SEBI is Security Exchange Board of India to tighten the governance norms thereby. The essence and importance of corporate governance. Corporate governance is multifaceted with variations across global attributes to legal, political, cultural differences as the case might be. It encompasses the system, it encompasses the process, it encompasses the principles ensuring the company is governed with in the interest of every stakeholder. Definition range from focusing on control to company's management to a broader interpretation that includes ethical business conduct, which I am stressing about it, which includes societal interest. We are talking about all stakeholders, whether they are directly involved or, for that matter, not even directly involved. The essence and the importance of corporate governance, prominent framework like the OECD, oil exporting commercial countries. What we are looking principle highlights the necessities of equitable things. So OECD is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development in general. Again, I repeat, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which are talking about equitable treatment of shareholder, transparency and accountability. The Indian perspective aligns with this global standards, emphasizing ethics, emphasizing fairness and business excellence as core to governance. And that is what we are looking forward to with every passage of time. The Indian scenario, if we may say so, the India's journey towards refined corporate governance began with the initiative by the Confederations of the Indian Industry, the CII, and further shaped by the recommendation of committee like Kumar Mangalam Birla and the NR Narayan Murthy Committee under the aegis of SEBI, again Security Exchange Board of India. These efforts culminated in the incorporation of Clause 49 in the listing agreement, mandating transparency, accountability, fairness in business operation thereby. The evolution continued with the establishment of National Foundation for Corporate Governance, NFCG. Remember, National Foundation for Corporate Governance, aimed at promoting governance excellence across Indian companies. Amendment to the Companies Act, especially 2013, overhaul introduced stringent measures for board composition, shareholders' rights and transparency, marking a significant step towards aligning India with the global best practices per se. Allow me to give you an example of the Tata Group and Infosys. Tata Group is a big conglomerate. They are producing cancer medicine as in Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, cutting cutthroat edges of researchers that we going around. They are also producing salt as in Tata Salt. They are also producing cars as in Jaguars. They are also producing, you name it, they will be having around for Tata product. So they have FMCG growth. They have gold as an Tanish, a Tata company. They are present in the hotel industries as in the Taj as a brand. The beacon of trust, the Tata Group, one of the India's largest conglomerate, it is often cited as an example of good corporate governance and ethical business practices. The group's commitment to transparency, ethical operation, and stakeholders' engagement has not only earned its immense trust and loyalty, but also insulated it from the kind of governance related crises that have besetted other corporations. Mind you, this is very, very important. The Indian scenarios, continuing with it, now next comes Infosys. Leading with transparency and ethics, Infosys is stupendously at the forefront of adopting and promoting good governance, good corporate governance in India. The company has set high standards for transparency, high standards for accountability, excellent fairness, earning it accolades in trust in the global marketplace. Infosys' proactive approach to addressing chief executive officers or CEOs compensation, board's diversity and shareholders communication exemplifies this commitment and governance thereby. The effective governance, what are my benefits and why should we go for corporate governance altogether? Believe me or not, effective governance in India is influenced by the blend of regulatory framework, industry guidelines, and internal corporate culture. The government's regulatory role through enactments and SEBI directives provides a structure for corporate conduct. Internally, a company's legacy, vision, and management practices its governance ethos, as the case might be. Corporate governance determinants and benefit. The benefit of robust governance are manifold, including enhanced transparency, shareholders' value maximization, improved corporate accountability. It fosters investors' confidence, facilitates sustainable economic growth, and ensures equitable treatment to all stakeholders, if I may say so, or add it all together. Corporate governance, I'll give you an example of an ICICI Bank navigating governance challenges. ICICI Bank, one of the India's leading private sector bank, faced corporate governance challenges concerning the allegations of conflict of interest impropriety against its own CEO, Mrs. Chanda Kochar. The bank handling of the situation, including the independent inquiry and subsequent action, underscored the importance of robust internal controls and mechanism to address governance concern effectively. This case highlighted the critical role of governance in maintaining stakeholder trust and safeguarding the institutional reputation per se, as the case might be. Now, what are we looking at in adhering as in the principles of corporate governance? First and foremost is adhering to the international norms which have been prescribed altogether. We are talking about OECD, Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development norms that has been there. India emphasizes the principles such as the transparency, accountability, and stakeholder engagement and the ethical conduct thereby. The Companies Act 2013 further solidifies these principles, including the measures for independent directorships, enhance audit responsibilities, stakeholders, and protection mechanism thereby. What are we looking into it? The Reliance case, industry case, if I may say so. Governance and growth. Reliance, India's the biggest companies of India, biggest of all companies in India. Reliance Industry Limited, RIL, India's largest private sector company, demonstrate how adherence to corporate governance principle can drive growth and sustainability. The company's governance structures, including its board's composition, audit committee, transparency practices, has been pivotal in its journey to become a global powerhouse. Reliance Industry Limited governance practices ensure that it remains responsive. Remain responsive is what to be underlined to its shareholders' interest while pursuing ambitious growth strategies per se. To sum it up, the path forward of India's corporate governance landscape has gone a significant transformation, driven by regulatory framework, industry initiatives, and growing recognition of governance as a cornerstone of sustainable business. The journey reflects a collective effort towards creating an environment where corporate operate with integrity, accountability, and commitment to all stakeholders per se. The ongoing evolutions underscore the importance of adopting the global standard while catering to the local nuances, ensuring the corporate India's corporate sector remains resilient, competitive, and ethically grounded in the face of global challenges. Last but not the least, the journey of corporate governance in India, illustrated through these examples and case studies, reflect a dynamic, evolving landscape. From the cautionary tale of Satyam, which led to a significant regulatory reform, to that governance-led success stories of Tata Group, Infosys, and the ongoing effort of companies like ICICI Bank and Reliance India Limited to navigate challenges and opportunities. The path of governance is marked by learning, adaptations, and continuous growth. But the narrative, remember, should underscore the essence of governance as not just regulatory requirement, but essentially a strategic imperative that drives trust, that drives sustainability and long-term value creation for stakeholders. With this, I come to an end of this session. Thank you for watching this video till the end.